Good job, man.
Live or die as a team. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Good job, Becky, Melanie.
I love this work. I like your socks, dude. Although right now it's fucking loud and
Well, good morning, Jonathan, and welcome to my live stream at the park. I'm trying to figure out how to turn my camera around, and I don't see anything that tells me to use the other camera. It seems like everybody's going live this morning. Of course, it'd be in the evening in the Philippines. Morning. Got a lot of runners out today. As soon as I figure out how to turn this camera around. Morning. I don't know if it's some kind of team that's just out here practicing or whatever, but well, good morning, lovely Graffield. I'm sorry, I don't have my glasses on. This I took them off because if I'm too close, then I can't see what people write. So, morning. So, if anybody uses StreamYard and you know how to turn everything around so you can see what I'm seeing, please let me know, because I don't see anything that tells me to turn my camera around. I've been looking on this thing, and excuse me while I try to figure things out here. So yeah, I mean, I'd have to sit here and go like this. So I'm in the park today, and plus I don't have a gimbal, so if it's shaky, I'm sorry. Here, I'll put my glasses on here so I can see where I'm going, because everything far away is blurry. Yeah, we got one lady who's very loud. I guess that's good for motivation. But we're gonna go, since I can't get, there's a pavilion right here. So we're gonna go up here to the pavilion. I'll explain what this pavilion provides, other than it being a pavilion, what it used to do in the wintertime. See if I can extend this out a little more. So I hope everybody's seeing everything pretty cool and everything's not too shaky. We got some geese over here, so I got to be careful because they like to charge after you. I don't need to be running from geese. They're very territorial. So I'm really surprised that we have a lot of walkers and runners out here this morning. I mean, it is Saturday morning here where I am. And I thought I would kind of change things up over my live stream and hit the park today. Well, I had to take my son to work this morning, so it kind of messed everything up. He had to be at work at 7:30 in the morning, and then I got up late anyway. So, you know, this here is a little playground behind me. These geese are walking right along with me, so I'm waiting for them to. Wow, the ground here is very springy. So hopefully these geese will move a little faster so I can go up to this pavilion. I really wish I could figure out how to, yeah, we got blue skies. I got blue skies. It's not supposed to rain, I think, until Sunday. And then we got a low chance of that as well. So this is what I'm waiting for. Let's see if I can get them on camera. These things right here, these geese, is what I'm waiting to move out of my way, because I don't know, they like to charge after you. And then we'll walk over to the pond where these things normally live. I'll get up here in the shade. Try to figure out how to turn this camera around. That way you guys can see where I'm walking instead of looking at me the whole time. I guess I should have used a different application. Maybe used, I can't think the name of it. I thought I just used StreamYard, but I guess I should have figured out how to turn the camera around before I used it. Okay, so I'll have to turn around here to explain this thing. And let me extend my, so yeah, I just got like a selfie stick that's got a stand on it. That's what I use. So here's the ceiling. It kind of curves up. And of course, here's all the tables. I'll kind of do a small spin around here. And then I'll explain the Civic Center, or this pavilion, what it once for. So back in the 70s, and probably before that, in the winter time, they would take all these tables and chairs out of here, and this used to be our skating rink. And even though I never did it, but they would put like wooden walls all along the outside of this, and then they would ice this floor, and this is where you would skate during the winter time. But then they built the Civic Center downtown, and that's what they do there, because we have a a local hockey team that plays in there. I think they're called the Decatur Blaze or something like that. They're a youth hockey team, and that's where they practice, is in the Civic Center. So I'm going to stand here for a moment, and I'm going to try and figure out how to turn this camera around because I don't know how to do it. Let's see here. Now if I screw this live stream up, I'll try to get back on. So bear with me. So I'm going to go here on cam and see. Oh, yeah, see, it took me right off there. So I'm trying to figure out how to turn this camera around. Okay, that's the layout. Settings, camera. Yeah, I wish I knew how to turn this thing around. That's what I get for not using another application. So if any of you use StreamYard, and you use your camera to do so, there's something flying around here. Okay, I'm going to screw this thing up, so what I'm going to do. So, well, shit. Excuse my language. And yeah, see, that doesn't help out. So I'm going to try my best of what I got. I guess I should have went with a different app to do this, but I'll have to keep doing this to maybe I'll do it like this so you don't see me. You'll just see where I'm walking. But it will be a little shaky, and I'm sorry about that because eventually I'll get me a gimbal. So that put me in a little bit in the frame there so you can see. So yeah, this is a pretty big pavilion, and that's what it used to be housed for. Was, of course, they used to have concerts here. Here, let me walk over this way so you can see how big this thing is. So yeah, there's that roof again, how it curves up into a pointy peak, and then but it's pretty long. So you had a lot of people in here skating. They used to put concerts on in here and all that stuff. So so yeah, it's pretty cool. And then of course we have the restrooms over here. This is the women's side, and then the men's is on the other side. And I had to change my, I only had 8 gig or 6 gig of on my phone. So then I had to change it so I can have unlimited. So I'm testing this out as well to see how, so I hope I don't, I can't think the name of the word. So we're going to walk along here. I think the next time I do this, I'm going to use a different application. I'm not going to use StreamYard. StreamYard probably doesn't even have a way to switch from front and back camera. So the name of this park is Fairview Park. Of course, I grew up in this town. I wasn't born here, but I grew up in this town. And I'd come here a lot growing up. And used to swim in the swimming pool that they just closed down because they built a new one in another park on the east end of town. But I think all parks have been closed due to C-19 and so this next place I'm going to show you, this is, I would say probably about 10 years old. And this is our skate park. kids really started getting into skateboarding here, and everywhere you go, they have signs up stating no skate parks and so on and so forth. So we'll come in here and I'll show you. So here's our skate park right here. So you got some ramps, and they had a schedule to where certain days you can be on skateboards, and then certain days you can be in here on bicycles. And so yeah, here's this ramp, and then here's a little bit bigger ramp. But yeah, it's a little cool place for them to go and be away from traffic and have some fun, hopefully. Hello, Debbie. Let's see, it says I only have 2 people in the live stream. I'm hoping more people show up because a lot of others, like from the United States, they're in California or somewhere on the West Coast. I got one that's just a state over, but the ones on the West Coast, they're 2 hours behind me, so they say my live stream's too early for them. So hopefully they'll show up. Let's see what we got here. Well, hello, Michelle. I think you went live, didn't you? At least I thought you went live. Maybe you still are live. I don't know. But there's quite a bit of people here in the park. We're going to head back over here to the trail. And this kind of sucks. I wish I would have used a different app so I can turn the camera back and forth. So grass is real wet from the morning dew. My shoes are going to be all wet. That's okay. They'll dry. But I'm glad they put a trail through the park. And even though it's supposed to be a bike trail, a lot of people walk on it and then they get mad because bikes are on there, but it's a bike trail. It's not a walk trail. So, you're constantly letting people know that you're behind them. And I did one of my first videos riding the different trails. I didn't do them all. I got to get my bike fixed so I can come back out here and do this again. So we're coming back up here next to the restrooms again. This is the men's side here. It's probably locked. I don't know. It says it opens up at 8 o'clock, but I don't know if somebody actually comes over here at 8 o'clock and unlocks it. Morning.
Morning.
So over here next, across from the restrooms that you see right here, we have a baseball diamond. And of course, with this pandemic going on and stuff, there hasn't been any games here lately. So here's the seats. They just added these not too long ago. They weren't here before, and they put in new fencing. And then this, let's see here. This side here is for the players, and then there's one on the other side. And then way out there in the field, when they're not playing baseball, they have soccer nets set up for soccer games. But of course, nobody's doing that. And then far off that way, there's some. Let's see if I can get it in the camera. Yeah, I think it's right over there. There's some basketball courts. But we have 2 big parks here. One's out by our lake, and which I did a video out there as well. You'd have to go into my videos, and you'll see it. Maybe I'll live stream out there sometime, and use a different application than this one here. So there's a plaque right here. Let's see if I can get it. And I'll tell you what this plaque is. This is the lone survivor of 4 fountains built in 1936 by the CCC, Civilian Conservation Corps. So this fountain right here, right there, is one of the last fountains they put out here in this park since 1936. Yeah, I didn't try to see if it was unlocked, but I never can stand the smell of park bathrooms. They stink like a nasty grape smell. Morning.
Morning.
But you got a lot of people walking and exercising out here today because it's such a beautiful day. I'll let everybody see nice blue skies, no clouds in the sky. And then we got another smaller, there we go, smaller pavilion up here on the hill, and for people to have a lot of people have birthday parties up there, and but this trail that I'm on, it's fairly new. I'll try to keep the sun out of your eyes. You know, come out here like this. Instead of walking around part of this trail, which I was going to walk on, I'll head over here to what we call Dreamland Lake. And at one time, anybody could fish in here, and but they made it to where you're supposed to be up to 16 years old to fish in this pond without a fishing license. And but who knows today what's going on with it. That's kind of neat. I don't know if you could see it from here. Let's see if I can get it in the shot. Don't know if I can get it in the shot here. Yeah. Anyway, I think right there you can see the fountain with the sun shining on there. It looked like a big rainbow from where I'm standing. So yeah, it's pretty bright out here. So I'm gonna try and keep the sun off the camera as much as possible. And I don't know how long my battery will last out here because, you know, these applications will really zap your battery. Get up this hill. Wow, that's pretty cool. See, I'm up here a little closer. So here's this little pavilion. It's new, but I don't know if you can see that rainbow right there at the top with the sun shining on those. That's pretty cool. But we'll walk around this here. Watch out for all the duck poo everywhere. But I used to fish here when I was a kid, and I took the boys here, and they caught some fish. And there's a lot of bluegill and some catfish in there. There's supposed to be some really big ones in there, but they probably swim around the fountains. But we do have a lot of ducks over here, and they really should have somebody come over here and wash this concrete. It's pretty nasty, especially about where I'm at, because I got to be very careful where I'm walking, or I'm going to be walking on all this. Yeah, that's pretty neat, isn't it? Well, it says there's only one person here, so if there's only one person, it's probably my wife that's the only one that's in watching this live stream. But hopefully, people will come back and watch the replay of it. But I'll try to explain this park as best I can. See, we got some sleeping ducks up here on the hill. And Debbie, I'm sorry I didn't take your phone with me because it wasn't charged up enough, and then I kind of forgot anyway. So and there's some coming up to some ducks. Here's some ducks. There's some geese in there. That's probably the geese that crossed my path when I got here. Get out of the sun here. And then this thing right here, that is the transfer house, or a copy of the transfer house for the ducks to live in, but I don't think they actually lay in it. They might lay their eggs in there, but other than that, they're laying out here on the grounds. And then they built, because they redid this area, and then they put this little area right here in here for people to sit down, and you got a little bench. But you can walk around this entire pond. They call it Dreamland Lake. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's some really big fish in here. I'm going to get back in the sun, so bear with me if it's a little bright. And then we got this little, I call it the troll bridge. So they built a little bridge over this section of the pond, which is a lot better than what used to be here. But you get a lot of, I call them nibble fishes. You throw it out there and they just nibble the worm right off of your hook, and they're pretty small fish. But I know there's bluegill in there, and there's a little bitty catfish, and there may be perch in there. I'm not quite sure what they've got it all stocked with. And then this up here on the top of the hill, that's a tennis area. And my high school, they would come over here and they would do their tennis for their, if you join tennis class or club or whatever. And then there's the back side. Let's see, get my camera straight here. And there's the back side of the little island with the replica of the transfer house. A lot of people like to come out here and just kind of sit and listen to the fountains, relax. And we got a lot of squirrels out here. One just ran away. I'm trying to keep this steady as best I can because I don't have a gimbal, and eventually I'm going to get one. I probably should have bought one instead of this, but I thought this selfie stick was pretty cool. Hey guys, I'm live on YouTube right now, so I'm using StreamYard, so I can't turn my camera around.
There's lots of
So,
Filipino watching now.
yeah, there's Yeah, well, there was. They left, but they're coming back. So yeah, it's nighttime there. So. So here we are on the east side of the pond. And yeah, there was a couple of guys that I work with, and they're from the Philippines. And yeah, that was pretty cool. So we're gonna walk away from here. Even though they kind of got, we'll try to get back on the bike trail. Wait on this car here. So this is like an off ramp from the main bike trail to come down here to the road. You can see it right here. Yeah, that was pretty cool to see them guys. Oh, there we go. Now we're out of the sun. I know it's probably late in the Philippines. Some of you all stay up pretty late. I've seen you on at all times of the night. And I don't know what time it is. I don't have. It's probably around 9 in the morning here, which would be about 10 o'clock at night there. So we'll walk. So eventually my trees are going to look like those, or my tree with no bark on it. I call those bird perches, because that's all they're good for now, is for a bird to sit up there and watch. I'm usually on my bike on this trail instead of walking it. I don't think I've ever walked it before. Here's a far way of Dreamland Lake up here on the trail. Some of these trees, they have plaques on them to let you know what kind of tree it is. Like here we go. Here we got one right over here to let you know what kind of tree this is, which is pretty nice. Let's see if I can get it up there so you can see it. There it is. So this is a black walnut tree. The squirrels love this tree. I don't know if there may not be any. Well, here we go. Well, there's nothing in it. It's old. So this is a black walnut right here, which is all ate up. It's old. But there's all different kinds of trees. They don't have them on every tree marked. Let's see if I can find another one. We'll have to get out here into the grass and look around. Sorry about that. Had a phone call there. Well, good morning, Che. Good morning, Lynn. Let me see who else is on here. I think you're the only two left on here, or K-Mac on here. My wife called me, let me know she shared it. I'm like, okay, I'm doing a live stream here, so bad. Yeah, I'm by myself. She didn't want to go out walk because I walk fast, and she didn't want to come out walking with me. And if you showed up late, I'll go back by the little pond here if you didn't see it. And right now I'm trying to find some more trees to tell you what kind of tree it is because they got labels on them. And I can't turn my camera around because I'm using StreamYard, and I wish I would have used a different uh, application to do this because I didn't know StreamYard was mainly just to be indoors and so yeah. So next time I'm out and about doing something, I'm not using StreamYard. Yeah, I don't see any more. Usually they got plaques on a lot of these trees to let you know. So this is the direction that I'm headed. And I'm sorry if this is shaky because I don't have a gimbal. There's a lot of people walking and running on the trail, and I don't know how long I can live stream because it likes to zap my battery, and I'm not around a power source. And excuse the sun shining in your eyeballs. I'm trying to stay out of the sun as much as possible. One tree that did have a plaque on it was a black walnut tree. Oh, there's another one. And a lot of these trees really need to be cut down because they're dead, and like the one in my backyard. There's either no leaves or very little leaves on them. So it's pretty cool. So we'll get up here. So this tree is dying, and this tree right here, right there, and I'm gonna pan up. So there's a little sign on there to tell you what it is. And I'm gonna have to do this. So this tree's dying. Now what this tree is a black cherry tree. And it's sad that it's dying off. And but we have quite a bit of different trees here in town. And no, I'm not wearing a mask because I am far away from people. There's not a lot of people here, even though I probably said there is, but we're all far apart from each other. A lot of people jogging on the trail. And let's see, let's go down here to the gardens that they built. I really wish I could have used a different app so I could just turn this around and I'm not. So when I'm walking, you can kind of see what I'm looking at instead of having to turn around constantly. And so let me see if I can extend this out a little better. Please bear with me. So this is like a little garden area, and I got this mosquito or something keeps buzzing around my ear. So here's some flowers here. Let me see if I can get it in the camera shot. And there's some right there. And these things are huge. And then, you know, they got them all in different shapes and varieties. I actually like to have some of these put around in my front yard in the rock area that I have. But they have, and there's some right there. Who was that? I don't know any of these people. They're just a bunch of people walking around and getting their exercise. I'm not going to walk this whole park because there is a lot more, but I'm going to walk over here to what I call the other troll bridge that's on the bike trail / walking trail. Because now we're in towards the west end. I'm actually not too far from my house because right across the, let's see if I can get out of the sun here. All right, so let's see if right here is, if I can point right, just behind me is the highway. So across the highway is where my house is. So I'm not too far from where I live. I don't know where my what my battery life is on here. So I don't even know if it even alerts me like it does Tokyo Drew of where his battery life is. I'm gonna have to buy me one of those little charging things and bring it with me and just connect it as I live stream when I'm out and about. So this is the Trailmon. So this is where I'm gonna head to this little bridge, and then I'm gonna turn around and head back. And for those who didn't get to see the pond, okay, let's do this. So this is kind of a cool scene right there. Let's see if I can. And that takes you down to the west end of the park. So yeah, that's, as you can see, the bridge behind me. So the next time I'm out and about, I'm not going to use StreamYard, so that way I can turn my camera on. I know I keep saying it. I'm very mad at myself. Oh, there it goes. Now it's telling me I'm low battery, so I guess it does. So I'm down to 20%, and so we're going to have to walk a little faster. At least I'm getting my walk in today, and I'm sorry if it's shaky. I got to get me a gimbal, and because I changed my thing on my phone to where I have unlimited data, and so I'm going to start doing a lot of outside streaming. Maybe take you back downtown again and do a live stream down there downtown. I'll go to the other park that we have, And this time I'll go to a little bit different place. We have a place down there that they built a new miniature golf course, and now we have a water slide, and we got a little climbing uh, area. And yeah, they're supposed to be building a lot more stuff there. And see, what am I? 46 minutes. So yeah, I had a full charge when I started this. I'm down to 20%. So that shows you how much this application really zaps your battery. And I'm sorry if I'm not commenting on your comments. I think this is a welcome change to my channel to kind of get out and about and show you where I live, because it's supposed to be John McKee's world. So I'm going to get off the trail here and head over here to the pond for those that are just joining, and show you the pond real quick, which is called Dreamland Lake. And this park's been here a very, very long time. I moved to this town when I was 3 years old. I lived in a town called Taylorville. That's where I was born. And back in 1973, I think it was, is when I moved here. And at one time, they had bears here. They had like sun bears. I think they were sun bears. And but they, of course, they took them out of here. And we used to have one of the first Lincoln log cabins where it was like a courthouse, and people would come in and spray paint on it and stuff like that. So they took it out of here, and there's an area I like to go to live stream, and they took all these old buildings from that era and they put them in one spot. And I like to go out there sometime and live stream it and show you that. And it's right next to our airport, and maybe we'll catch an airplane taking off. So I'm almost up here to our little pond, and I'll show you that. And you can, when this posts, you can rewatch it and you can see where I started out. Here's, for those of you don't know, this is what a walnut looks like when it comes off the tree. So you got a shell around, this green stuff around there, and you got to peel that green stuff off, and then inside it's the nut. But there's a lot of walnut trees out here, and of course the squirrels love them. So I'm going to turn around here. Now I'm here at this pond. Here's the other bridge that goes around the pond, and there was a couple of guys out here on the opposite side that work at my job, and they're from the Philippines, and it was really cool seeing them here. And then I'll try to walk this way. Okay, here's the pond. This is what they call the little duck house, and they made it into the shape of our transfer house. So when I go downtown and film, in fact, I do have a film on it, you'll see that little thing right there, which is real big. And the big one used to sit at Main and Main Street, and that was our transfer house for buses. And so they took that out of there and put it in our Central Park, which I'll go there too. Hello, Sydney. Hello, Jamie. So yeah, this is Dreamland Lake. There's some, oh, there we go. There's some geese right there, so I have to be careful around them or they'll goose you. So yeah, the park's still the same. I mean, there's a little bit of different stuff there. So yeah. So I'm going to swing you around here. We'll get to walking. Hopefully the geese will leave me alone, because I'll leave them alone. And we got some duckies up here. I'll swing this around so you can see the fountains. And then that pavilion way over there, that's a new one. We got the cicadas, not cicadas, out. I know some people call them cicadas, but it's pronounced, here it's pronounced cicada. And I'm in an area where there's a lot of duck poo, so I gotta be careful where I'm walking. So I'll have Miss Debbie on my butt. Plus I don't want to get it in my truck, so. Find a new area. Hopefully I'm not down too far on my battery. And then I'm trying to get to an hour. I don't know if I'm on an hour. Let's see here. 52. So I'm close to an hour, which is pretty cool. I'm trying to pay attention to your comments. This is another fountain that's been here a long time, but they shut this one down. So this one here got, I don't know if I can put it near this. This one here got shut down. So this one's been here a long time. And this is about where I'm at. I don't know if you could see that. We got a big baseball soccer diamond or field over here. And a mess load of dead trees. They really should cut them down. Back in the, I would say probably 50s, 60s, 70s, and part of the 80s, they used to hold a carnival in this parking lot. And I think it was put on by one of the hospitals to raise money. And of course, and they had it right at the end of the school year. I used to come over here a lot and go to that. Just walk around. I never did buy anything. So yeah, now I'm down to 10%. I'm trying to get to a good spot to end this live stream. So, and then here's your baseball diamond. I don't know if I got it in the shot or not. And now we're in a little bit more quieter area. I'm trying to make it to the big pavilion, and then I'll just end it there. So, but the next time I go out and about, I'm not using StreamYard. I'm going to use one of the other ones where I could switch my camera around to the other side. You don't have to look at my ugly mug the whole time. And then there's that. That's one of the last fountains that were here when this park was built in the early 30s, 1930s. And it's still in use. It may not be turned on because of the pandemic, though. But yeah, when this thing posts, just rewatch it. You get to see some of the things that you missed at the beginning. I showed the pavilion here, which I'll try to show it again. And then I showed the skate park across the ways from it. And now I'm right up next to the two restrooms down from the pavilion. If I would have had one of those battery charger things, which I'm going to have to get me one of those if I'm going to do this more often, I would have took you down to the West End Park, because way down there in the West End Park is where the swimming pool is, which they closed it down because they built that other one out there. Okay, here is the pavilion. They used to have a ice rink here a long time ago, and since they built the Civic Center, they don't use this as an ice rink because, as you can see, how the floor is very smooth, and this railing right here goes all the way around. That's where they would attach the wooden fences that they had made so people couldn't go in there and without paying. We'll get over here to the other side here. And of course, down there is a little, here we go. Down there is a little jungle gym area for kids. And then there's like a little exercise area down there. And another little pavilion-like thing for when every so often they have bike rentals out here. And you can rent a bike and ride around. Some of them are tandem bikes, which you can have like 2 to 3 people on a bike, and so on and so forth. See, I'm gonna read some of your stuff before I leave here. It's my friend you and also John walking. It's so sweet with background song. Grow up. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna end the live stream here, and I hope you have a good evening. And in the United States, I hope you have a good morning, day. And you all take care, because my battery's about to die. And we'll do this again. This would be a lot of fun. And I'll go to a different place and use a different application so you can see things a lot better. So you all take care and have a good day. Bye, everyone.